Okay, you ready?
Go.
Oh, my hair. Okay, hold on, wake up. All right. Hi, this is Katie.
Hi, this is Katie's dad.
You guys know my dad, right? He was in a video from a couple weeks ago. We did a Q&A. He's been in a couple of my videos prior to that. So you guys know my dad. I'm trying to like make you pose. Like perfect. So if you guys saw our video from a couple weeks ago, we did a Q&A where we did like explanations of like our favorite memories and how my dad feels about me leaving South Carolina. But yeah, spoiler alert, he's not the happiest. But we wanted to do a like Q&A part 2 because I asked you guys to ask me a question on Instagram and you guys asked quite a few. And so this Q&A in particular is going to be quicker, like spitfire kind of answers.
Staccato, as we say in the music business.
Staccato. The other one was
obligato.
Long. Wait, what's the opposite of staccato? Oh my gosh, I've been out of band for so long.
Linguini.
What's the opposite of staccato? Ooh. Oh, hold on. I need to Google this. This is really gonna bother me. Legato. I knew it was something with an L. All right, so you guys asked us a bunch of questions over on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram if you ever want to be part of like a Q&A or a poll or anything like that. And follow my dad on YouTube. He has videos of him singing, and on Facebook because he posts stuff on there too. So it's Ed Carney, Ed with 2 D's, Carney spelled the same way as my name because I got my name from him.
What a coincidence.
I know. No, it's really weird.
Wow,
that's really weird. It's so weird. In what way are you most like your dad?
Over to you.
We both like to travel. We both have, we have a similar sense of humor, I would say.
We do.
Similar, yeah, but we're also both very like curious kind of people. Like we like learning weird things. Him, like my dad much more than me, but I still have that a little bit from my dad. We both really like baseball.
We do.
And we look alike a little bit, right?
And we like music too.
Yes, we both like music. And we like playing music and singing and that kind of stuff. Anything else you would add? How we're alike?
No, I would just re-emphasize or underscore the whole notion of being endlessly curious and seeking to acquire new knowledge and experiences. And I think your lifestyle is indicative of the fact that you want to have new constructive experiences.
Thanks.
So there you go.
Yeah, and you,
so do I.
My dad is the most intelligent and like well-rounded and most knowledgeable, which I think are all a little bit different.
I like the fact when you go to a national park like the Theodore Roosevelt.
I love Teddy Roosevelt National Park so
National
much.
Park in South Dakota, is it?
North Dakota.
Oh, I'm sorry, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, not South Dakota, North Dakota.
North Dakota.
That you'll quickly FaceTime me to show me some of the scenery.
Yeah.
But also you recognize the fact that we're both endlessly curious about nature and nature preservation and national parks and Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I have a library of about 30 books about Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah, and they're all from like different angles and stuff. Like I think I got that from my dad too. Is like
both sides. You always have to know about both sides of every issue.
And you don't just blindly believe something because someone else said it, or because it seems cool, or because it's popular. My dad has always been big into research, knowing both sides of an argument or an idea.
And it doesn't take a lot, folks. Just take a little bit of time into your life to test all the information you just got from one source to see, well, wait a second, is that exactly the only way to look at it?
Yeah, or is that just the popular view or the cool view? And I think that's one of my favorite things I think that I got from you was curious in a lot of ways, but especially in that way of like I don't just blindly believe anything.
Keep the curiosity going.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
You may learn something today that contradicts everything you've known your entire life about an issue. And that's okay.
And it's important to think about it, to be aware about it, to be okay with being wrong, all that kind of stuff. And I learned, well, from both my parents, work ethic, absolutely. You and mom have never only had one job since I've known you. If anything, 2 or 3 or maybe 17 jobs. And it's not because you were broke or anything. It's because you wanted to do multiple things. It's because you were endlessly curious and you had different hobbies. Because my dad was in corporate for years, but did music on the weekends. Just like striving, I think. It's always striving, never really settling. in terms of settling, meaning like, oh, I don't really want to do this, but I'll do it anyway. Both of my parents taught me like, no, no. If you have to do something because it's best for you at that moment, or because you have like a duty or a responsibility to do something, yes. But besides that, if you love something, go do it. Go figure out a way to do it. And I learned that, I think, from both my parents. And I think that that's why I've been able to be successful in a way that I have done a lot of things that I've wanted to do, and I haven't let fear stop me, because I'm like, well, my dad is a full-time musician. How many people can say that? Especially in, you know, their, what are you, 50? And then, you know, my mom's always worked multiple jobs that she loves. And we talk about that all the time, that I think it's really important to go after what you love and what fulfills you. And if that means you might have to do something that you don't like to get to the point of where you like it, that happens sometimes too. Be content where you are, but still chase more, or chase more fulfillment. And I learned that from both my parents.
If I may, I would add an element to that.
I like that we said quick fire. We were talking about this for 10 minutes, sorry.
Well, this has been the only one where we did
yeah.
I would add an element to that.
Yeah.
And I think Katie inherited this from me, and perhaps her mother as well. I had some very, very, very important positions in the corporate world. I was told along the way that, Ed, you don't want people to think of you as some guy who plays rock and roll and folk music on the weekends. I didn't care. I didn't care. I don't care. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I wanted to do that. And if people thought that somehow the position I had in the corporate world was dependent upon what I did on the weekends or at night or in my personal life, that meant nothing to me.
Yeah.
In my junior high school, or maybe my elementary school like yearbook, one of them, they asked for your favorite quotation. And I have this at home in some box in the attic. My favorite quote was, "Be sure you're right and then go ahead." That was Davy Crockett. And look up Davy Crockett, an incredible American, an incredible, unique, original individual. Just be sure you're right, then go ahead. And so I think Katie has inherited that. It may have the odd quirky edge to it. It may have the odd, what are you doing? Or, everybody doesn't do that.
Yeah.
That's not what everybody does. Well, sometimes you have to realize that there are some of us who think, okay, yeah, all right, whatever, whatever, but I'm going to do what I think is right.
Yeah.
What I think is right for me, but also what I think is right even in moral, ethical terms.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm doing is right for everybody. Everybody I meet and everybody that I...
Or at least okay and positive. It's not, you know, like me traveling's not hurting anyone.
No, right.
Is what I'm going to do with my life right for everyone? No. But it's so important, and again, I think I learned that from both of you, to learn what's best for you.
Yeah.
And keep going with that. And to, not always just conform. Are there some people who are super happy?
Happy? Hi, welcome to the Happy Hour.
Are there some people who are super happy? Oh my God, I almost did it again. Happy.
I'm so happy.
Are there some people who are like content doing a more common thing? Having a common 9-to-5 or getting married outside of college? Yes.
Of course, that's
just
great.
Because they're common does not mean that they're wrong.
No.
But just because they're common does not mean...
If that's your thing, right.
Exactly. Just because they're common does not mean that they're right for everyone. And essentially, it's important to figure out what's right for you and not just follow everyone. That's one of the big things that I learned from my dad, but also from my mom. To really, really think about things before you do them and
do it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Make sure you're right, then go ahead.
Yes.
Boom, boom. And I was
smart guy.
I was like 12 years old when I was into that stuff.
Seriously, that's incredible. You've been this kind of thoughtful your whole life.
A nonconformist, but hey.
Yeah, but that's important. And again, if you like to do those things that are more common, that's great. But make sure that you like them, and that's the reason you're doing them, or that they're best for you at the time, or that they're fulfilling you, or that you know that that's what you have to do at this time because it's the best decision. Even if it's like, crap, I owe $10,000 to someone. I'm gonna get a job even if I hate it. But to pay my dues.
Because it's the right thing.
Because it's the right thing, exactly. And then maybe still on the weekends you can do what you love, and then after you're done paying your debt, you can go do what you love more. It's just a lot of thinking. I learned that from this guy because he thinks about everything and he learns everything that he can. Everything that he can.
Well, I try to.
Well, you know I don't like the word try. You do it. You do it, Dad. You do it. You just do it. Okay, how do you feel about me living in my car? And me traveling a lot, and me doing all the lifestyle that I have. The lifestyle
There's a couple of different topics there. How do I feel about her? Let me go almost in reverse order.
Okay.
How do I feel about her traveling a lot? I love it. I love it. She's curious. And I like the fact that Katie's curious and has a thirst for knowledge and wants to experience things that she wouldn't if she were living in one place for all time. And with the odd vacation. It's not the same thing as going on vacation and experiencing Utah as it is to drive through and camp out
and spend 3 weeks
time
there. Yeah, I love Utah, by the way.
I just like that.
But I do love
It
Utah.
could have been Iowa, South Dakota, whatever. But you know what I mean. And so I like that. I like that a lot. I'm a very curious person, and I have a great thirst for knowledge and experience as well. I respect that. I like that. I think it's terrific. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic that you want to go places. If some of those places are far away, well, that's where they are. You can't experience Oregon by being in New Jersey or on Long Island or in Connecticut or even in South Carolina. As far as what do I think about her living in her car? At first, when I was ignorant of the precautions she would take in terms of making sure she was safe, I was somewhat concerned. Sometimes concern and fear stem from ignorance, don't they? I just thought of that.
And ignorance is not always a negative thing because you don't know.
Right. Do I acknowledge that I often don't have knowledge? Of course. And so I was ignorant of the steps and the precautions she was taking to be safe. Once I realized what precautions and measures she was taking to be safe, I said, okay, all right. As far as worrying about tires blowing out in the middle of Montana or on a stretch of desert in New Mexico, that could happen to anybody. It could happen to a truck driver who does that route every third Tuesday.
Yeah.
And so, I got that. So no, I got over that. I have probably a modicum of parental concern. I wouldn't say worry. That's not where I'm at. I wondered about her living in the car that she lives in is not a massive Land Rover SUV.
It's a tiny car.
It's a smallish.
It's a Toyota Yaris.
But then again, tiny. Katie has never been a candidate to play in the Women's Basketball Association.
Yeah, no, I'm the shortest person in our family.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, the long-winded answer to a very short question. What do I think about that? I think Katie's doing what her muse tells her to do. And on one level, where God wants her to go. That's where she's going. And she's curious, wants to experience life. And it's pretty tough to experience life for many people in a contracted, small, narrow space. Some people need lots of space, and some people need a really lot of space. And I think that's where Katie is. So
thanks, Dad.
So there you go. I mean, that's my honest appraisal of what you do and how I feel about what you do.
Thank you, Dad.
So there you go.
All right, we changed the battery. Is the angle the same? I don't know. But all right, now we're really gonna do the rapid fire. Okay. Let's see. This one's very funny. After Katie gets married, should the son-in-law call you dad, sir, bro? What would you want my future husband to call you?
Wow. I can't go with the bro.
Yeah, no.
I guess I'm going.
It'd be very funny.
Sir, I would like the sir. If this guy came from a lot of money, I'm okay with the sir.
Or it's like a prince or something.
I do like the. I like the dad. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So dad probably. Yeah. What would Katie have been named if she were a boy? Do you know? Do you remember?
Wow.
Because you guys didn't know that I was going to be a girl till I was born, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
I just don't recall. I don't recall.
What would you? What right now?
A long time ago.
All right, but make up a name right now.
Brendan.
Brendan. That's a good name.
Yeah.
I could be a Brendan.
I think it may have been Brendan actually.
Oh, really?
As I conjured these things up, yeah.
Brendan Carney?
Yeah.
Could have been a good name. Yeah. All right, I called my mom and she confirmed that my dad was right, that Brendan was one of the boy names they were considering, and also Jeffrey as well. So my dad was right. I'm impressed, Dad. Good memory. Oh, what's the best piece of advice you have both given each other? I think we kind of talked about this earlier. I think it's be thoughtful. And that does not mean like in terms like giving presents or something. I mean, maybe, but I mean more like just think about everything. I
Yeah.
think that's kind of what I learned. I don't know if my dad necessarily gave that to me as advice, but it's something that I learned
Yeah.
throughout my life. Like, just think about things before you make a decision, and just be sure of what you're doing. I think
Yeah.
one of
Trust
the
your
things-
muse
yeah.
and trust where you think God is taking you.
Trust what you think God wants for you.
Yeah.
What's our most common traits and our most opposite traits? So I think we did common maybe in the last video, but we have a similar sense of humor. Or was that in this video?
We did.
I don't remember. We both like music a lot.
sense of curiosity.
We both like to learn. And we're
Yeah.
both curious. What are our opposite traits, though?
Well, Yale's got the one.
We both like wine.
No, nothing really comes to mind.
Yeah, that we don't have a lot of like
No.
big glaring, especially we don't have a lot of differences that ever makes us butt heads or argue or yes.
Brussels sprouts.
I've never had Brussels sprouts and he hates them. That's not a difference. That's
Yeah, but
almost a
you
similarity.
were making apologies. You
Okay.
were making apologies for Brussels sprouts.
No, we were talking about them
Yes,
the
you
other
were.
day.
Yes,
Yeah,
you were.
okay, maybe. Yes, we were talking about them the other day, and he says that he hates them, how his mom like used to boil them when he was a kid. And all I was saying, and I've never had Brussels sprouts anyway, but all I was saying is that nowadays they like caramelize them with bacon and maple syrup and stuff. And so I'm like, maybe you might like them prepared in a different way.
May I?
Yes.
If my parents had an expensive car, which they never did, if they made me eat Brussels sprouts, which they sometimes did, I would have vomited in the expensive car. By the way, what kind of person would vomit in an expensive car?
If you guys don't know this reference, go watch our last Q&A that we did a couple weeks ago, because my dad is teasing me right now for a story that I'm not going to tell you. Go watch our last Q&A. Okay, next question. Hannah asked, what's your favorite thing about Katie?
Her insistence upon being herself.
Oh, thanks.
Her quirky,
I thought he was going to make a joke.
her quirky, independent, self-defined self. I will do what I think is right and what I want to do, and they go together ordinarily. And if you don't like it, I don't care.
If you don't like it, yeah, it's okay, because we're all different. We all have
Yes,
different
yes, we are.
ideas and opinions.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. How many children does your dad have?
I have seven. I have 7 kids. 6 of whom are of something are guys, male, boys,
Men.
men.
They're men now.
They're men, I guess they are.
And then me.
And one of whom, which is my favorite daughter.
I better be.
Where you are.
I better be. Someone asked, did your dad live in New York at one time? Did he move for work reasons? And does he miss New York?
Here we go.
So 3 questions in one.
I was born in Brooklyn, on the Queens border. My parents lived in Queens, but I was born in a hospital in Brooklyn on the other side of the water. So
Okay.
I kind of have Queens, Brooklyn roots.
Yeah.
We moved to Long Island as so many veterans did following World War II, with the GI Bill and a sense of, man, I'd love to have my own place out in the country. They called it the country nowadays. And I was raised on Long Island. I spent my entire life on Long Island until I went in the service. I lived in California for a while when I came back from Vietnam, and went back to New York. I lived in New York until a year after Katie was born.
I was born.
And moved to Connecticut.
So it combined like 35, 36 years.
Yeah.
You lived in New York.
Virtually
Mostly Long Island.
legally my entire life. Even when I was in California, I still had New York residency.
Yeah.
And so I until 1987, late 87, by the way, almost like Thanksgiving-ish. I moved to Connecticut where I had a job. I was hired as president of a new corporation. That's a whole other story.
Fancy.
Fancy. And I lived in Connecticut, and I never moved back to New York. So I left New York in 1987, not to move back. Do I miss it? No. I have warm, good feelings about growing up on Long Island. I worked in Manhattan for almost 12 years. Manhattan's a great place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there. By the way, that was a cliche from back in the 50s and 60s. I don't miss New York at all. I don't miss winter. I don't miss the crowded place that it is. I wouldn't say anything negative about the people who live there, because I'm one of them, or was one of
People
them.
who from there, yeah.
But I don't miss. I don't even miss the Northeast, and I lived in Connecticut for so many years.
Yeah, it was like Long Island, then Connecticut, and then
Jersey. Northern
and
Jersey,
then-
the nice part of Jersey.
Yeah, very close to New York City.
Yeah.
Very, very close. Like what, 15 miles or something
Yeah.
from New York. And then
South Carolina.
Charleston about 4 years ago.
A little over 4 years ago.
If you had to say like one thing you do miss about New York, what would it be?
Family and friends. Family and friends.
Yeah. All of my brothers, so his 6 boys, live DC and up.
Yeah, from DC to Stowe, Vermont.
So it's DC, Vermont, Boston, and then 3 on Long Island, all the boys. And then I'm just kind of, like this. All right, someone asked, what's your favorite type of restaurant or type of food?
Wow.
Can you answer this?
Go.
Oh, me?
Oh, me? Oh, me?
Mine is In-N-Out Burger and my mom's spaghetti. And
Wow.
burger, I got like burgers, sandwiches, and some pizza and my mom's spaghetti.
So it was type of food and favorite dish?
Restaurant and type of food. My favorite restaurant is a Mexican place on Long Island and In-N-Out Burger. And if we're doing rapid, I'm trying to think really quickly. And Red Cow in Minneapolis.
My favorite restaurant, I don't even know if it's still in business, I suspect it is, the Brasserie in the West End of London. My favorite food is, wow, tough one.
Brussels sprouts.
Right now I'm gonna go, my favorite individual item or my favorite cuisine?
Both.
Cuisine.
Both.
My favorite cuisine is probably Japanese, especially sushi. My favorite one dish. Right now, every day it's gonna change.
Oh, yeah.
Veal scallopini.
Wow, that is fancy.
Yeah.
All of the rest of them are your favorite memories of Katie, and we answered those in the last Q&A. So
We did.
you're gonna have to go watch that one to get the answers to those questions.
And my thinking right now is exactly the same as it was.
Because it was an hour ago when we recorded that last video. I hope so.
As George Harrison said all those years ago. Same as it was all those years ago. Yeah.
All right, well, I guess we're done. We gotta go make dinner.
We do.
My stepmom's almost here.
She
We're
is.
making shrimp and garlic pasta and like garlic bread, and I'm very excited. I've never made shrimp before. I'm probably gonna make him do it because I'm nervous.
And I'm
I've
happy to
never
do
cooked
it.
shrimp. Okay, well,
Provided you give me enough wine.
we have a little bit more wine that I can give you. Yeah. Thank you for being here with me, Dad.
You're certainly welcome.
Thank you for coming over. Thank you for recording this video.
It's
Thank
my
you for
pleasure.
answering
It's my
some
pleasure.
questions. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm really, really glad that you were here and that you were hanging out with us. Did you have fun?
I had enormous fun.
Okay, good.
Let's do it again.
Good. Yeah, we can just keep recording.
Next time you're in Charleston.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure that you're subscribed, following me on Instagram, go follow my dad on YouTube and Facebook. And that's gonna be it. Anything else?
Bye-bye.
No? I love you, Jesus loves you, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.